So you want to become Wong Kar-wai. And no, I'm not teaching you how to commit identity theft and assume his living embodiment, because that's the next video we'll be doing. But anyway, you want the dreamy, misty, moody cinematography of In the Mood for Love, Happy Together, Fallen Angels, Chungking Express. You want to be sprawled on a jukebox at 2 a.m. in a very non-socially distanced way while a cigarette hangs on your mouth and copyrighted music plays. You want to be that bitch. Wrong fucking. You want to be that bitch. And you may be asking, what qualifications do I have? So, fun fact, Wong Kar-wai is from Hong Kong. Doyle, whom he collaborated with many times, is from Australia. And since I'm both, it's just math. So here you go, a definitive, 100% accurate, serious, and 5-step guide to steal Wong Kar-wai's skin. Wrong script. All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray. I've been on a walk. Number 1. Have 2 years of free time. At least. Number 2, on Premiere Pro, open Lumetri Color and do the little color match thing and then cry when it fucking crashes. So instead you color it manually with, a little hint of green, turn up the yellow, the temperature, the saturation. Number 3, get a font, literally any font, and stretch that motherfucker. Give it a dump truck. You want Chinese characters but you can't read them? That's fine. Just copy this down. I promise it's a very empowering, nice message. Particularly good for like children birthday videos or wedding video slideshows. Number 4, step printing. Find a tutorial and then realize it will fry your laptop, so instead you can choose the simpler option. Just tell everyone to walk really slowly and at like 2 frames per second. You have shaky footage? Well, that's perfect. You have too stable of a camera? Just slap a warp shaky effect over it and hide it from Wes Anderson.
If it's not gonna be symmetrical, it's not going in the movie!
Now, I lied because there's actually a number 6. So let's talk about Wong Kar-wai's films for a second. You're with me, baby, the sky's How the fuck did I used to be in choir? This isn't me saying that you can't just enjoy his cinematography on itself, or that there's some deeper meaning that you just wouldn't understand, because in fact I encourage people not to think so I can catch up. And as much as I did pull most of this out of my ass, I do want an opportunity to dive deeper, to learn, to just talk and not shut the fuck up. The thing is, even though I am in Hong Kong, it surprisingly doesn't look like the 90s anymore, we still have the light pollution, and the urban hellscape still here and growing, but they did ban indoor smoking in 2007, which, like, how fucking could they? Think of the kids. Think of all the kids who want to make their inspired by Wong Kar-wai short film. Or maybe you live in Nebraska. I don't know what happens there. Maybe it's the budget, maybe it's the time, the effort, the setting, and honestly, even if you're living in an urban area, or, like me, in one of the most densely populated cities.com, do you really want to go out at 2 a.m. and get run over by your own motorcycle? I feel like we should shift the perspective a little bit sometimes, just like that upside down part of Hong Kong in Happy Together.
我先至發覺，原來香港同阿根廷喺地球嘅兩邊，唔知倒轉咗喺香港會係點嘅咧？我哋咪隨便表達呢啲嘅感覺或者。到東北風兩級，山頭東。
And that specific film was almost entirely filmed in Argentina. And although we do see a lot of his usual visual aesthetics, there is a lot of scenes that pop out to me, at least, because it's not as conventional or what we expect of his other cinematography. Or the ending scenes of In the Mood for Love, which are filmed in Cambodia. And again, I can also argue that because there's that absence of what we're used to from his films, that's why there's a bigger impact. But I am also the head of a cult that believes that Wes Anderson and Wong Kar-wai is a spectrum and we should make them kiss. Now that we got that over with, I want to instead talk about the more conceptual stuff, parts of its storytelling and context that I feel like works hand in hand with cinematography, but is often less noticed. Going on a more mainstream or Hollywood sort of lens, 2 that have directly or indirectly referenced his films include, obviously, Everything Everywhere All at Once. The scene with I in another life, I'd love to do laundry and tax, fuck. Or in Moonlight, 2016, and they're on the same wavelength. Do you get me? Am I making sense? guys. And when I watch a lot of these short films inspired by him online, although a lot of times the goal is to emulate his film style, what I resonate with and appreciate even more is how people insert or inscribe their own meaning in it. And in a way, what it does is that it gives a sense of nostalgia for something that I haven't experienced before, you know? Because what Wong Kar-wai's done is romanticize the past, but in a way where it directly links with the present or even the future. I mean, just look at fucking 2046 and Happy Together. Look at when Happy Together was released. I'm not gonna talk more about it because sure, I may not relate to the socio-political conflicts of 1960s Asia and 90s Hong Kong, but guess what? Even during his time, In the Mood for Love, for example, is portraying the 60s in Hong Kong. So even when it was released, it showcases an aspect of the past that we long for, but at the same time, we are experiencing in the present. I feel like I'm just saying words at this point. I don't make sense of myself. For example, this little video essay, which is Food and Wong Kar-wai's Happy Together, it surprised me because it didn't just talk about that. It related to the society of Argentina at the time and how those two experiences and societies linked at the same time. Moral of the lesson, I don't know. I encourage you, if you wanted, to just take your camera, your phone, whatever it is, your fucking Nintendo DS, film the city or film grass, apply your 15 filters on it, and have a little fun. I mean, that's what do you think I did last year? I just hit record and let that footage ferment in my Premiere Pro. It's quite therapeutic, honestly. When I posted those last year, I just wanted someone to practice color grading and cinematography on. I don't think I succeeded, but what I didn't expect was, firstly, people watching it. There were people who, you know, were living abroad or missing home, for example, even if their home didn't necessarily look like what I was filming. You know, we got this banger quote, life is full of beautiful moments, we just need to notice them. I'm gonna fucking frame that shit. Quasi-inspirational talk aside, I think when I hit upload those couple of days, I didn't really fucking know what I was doing. Re-looking at it and obviously cringing at how bad some of it was, honestly. Let's be for real. Although I didn't know that I was cooking at the time, I kind of was. It's giving me a window to record down things, pointless or not, mostly pointless. So there is no conclusion. I guess I just kind of wasted my time, so I have to waste yours as well.
All the leaves are brown, and the sky is gray, I've been on a while.